Hey guys, this is the Insanity Pandemonic, and welcome to XWR's off-day show, The Shoot. The Shoot is, as you might think, an unscripted, unedited show, just for me, first off to get comfortable in front of the camera, since this is all kind of new to me, and also just to sit and discuss issues that are important to me, important to you, XWR, and the wrestling world in general. First, I'd like to really discuss XWR's community. I really want to see more community interaction. I feed off you guys. It'd be a lot of help. I need you guys to comment, rate, subscribe, all that good stuff. And pass the word on, for the most part. Pass the word on to your friends, your family, anyone you know who likes wrestling. Pass the word on. I guess we'll start off with the Raw question of the week. The Bret Hart situation leading up to WrestleMania. I got a response really only from Tommy Tompkins on that one. Thank you, Tompkins. Problem is he doesn't watch wrestling that often. He's more of the E-Fed expert. But for me, I really think, especially with the storyline that WWE has been using right now, unless some drastic swerve in storyline, say Bret comes back and say Vince faked that he broke his leg or whatnot, it's whatever. For the most part, I think what we're gonna have is some sort of Battle of the Billionaire type scenario leading up to WrestleMania. I'm thinking Batista on one side with Vince McMahon in his corner versus John Cena on the other side with Bret Hart in his corner with some sort of bet on the line. I don't know what it would be at this point. Maybe a match later on. Who knows? I don't like to speculate because I'm not a dirt sheet. For the most part, I like to report and give my opinions on things. So let's move on to that point. It's something I'm vocal about. Anyone who knows me will tell you is the recurring spots in a lot of wrestling matches. I like when they're used properly, but sometimes they're very overused and it becomes almost ridiculous when it comes to realism. Let me give you an example. The one a lot of people complain about is John Cena's recurring spot before the attitude adjustment, the shoulder block, spin outside slam. That's not the attitude adjustment. Wow, I messed that one up. My bad, that would be the 5-knuckle shuffle. Which the entire thing people get mad about. Like I said, the shoulder block, into the spin outside slam, and then the 5-knuckle shuffle, which apparently can never miss. It is a heat-seeking missile of a move. I mean, even The Rock missed the people's elbow every now and again. As ridiculous as the move was, it did entertain a crowd, but he did miss. He realized that this thing is not going to hit every time. When guys like The Rock and MVP with the big ritualized moves would realize that you're not going to hit it all the time, so look surprised when you get the chance to hit it, or at least realize this is shouldn't be at least an everyday occurrence. Another one that's really on the same level as R-Truth's backflip, split leg. I mean, it does get a great pop. It is a great move, and I have seen it once where it was reversed. It got kicked in the face, I believe. That's another thing that it shouldn't happen every match. You know, it shouldn't happen every single match and not be countered more often. Alright, I'm gonna move on again here. I'm gonna go on to the Gimmick PPVs. Way too many of them. Seriously, gimmicks were developed as ways to end feuds, with the cage matches, the Hell in a Cell, and as ways to draw attention to bland cards. You know, you keep having one-on-one and tag team matches, eventually people get bored, so you gotta bring in the gimmick matches every now and again. Keywords, every now and again, not all the time. But especially with bragging rights, I'm going to start off with, as I have the major problem with, because a brand supremacy pay-per-view does not work when you are not actively trying to promote brand supremacy throughout the year. For the bragging rights pay-per-view to really work, you need to get rid of the guest host situation, which I love the guest host. But for bragging rights and brand supremacy as a whole to work, you need to get rid of guest hosts and put in a general manager who has a wrestling background. My pick is Jesse Ventura. Jesse Ventura did the best work as a guest host of Raw, in my opinion. And he would be phenomenal as a GM on Raw. And him versus Teddy Long throughout the year, trying to do the best matches, trying to put on the best pay-per-view shows, and then, therefore, leading into bragging rights, having the feud already established. Yeah, it seems common sense to me. I don't understand why this is not getting through. I don't know what you're gonna do. But moving on, stuff like Hell in a Cell, tables, ladders, chairs, the hardcore, the extreme gimmick pay-per-views in a PG era amazes me. Personally, let me give this example. Would you rather have your kids in a match where you would expect someone to bleed? I understand the bleeding is not the most popular practice, especially because, people could get diseases, hurt. I understand that, but anyway. Would you rather have your kids see a match where you expect to be a bloody mess and be a bloody mess, or the Randy Orton storyline from earlier in the year? Wow, I'm already out of time. Anyway, I'm just going to run over it. I mean, with the whole Randy Orton and Triple H situation from earlier in the year, with the punting a 70-some-year-old man in the head, kissing Stephanie McMahon while she was unconscious, and Triple H invading Randy Orton's home and almost kicking the crap out of him. For me, I'd rather them see the expected bloodbath. I mean, there are a lot of people who let their kids watch UFC, and people get their arms broken, So, I'm going to end it there. Hopefully we'll get some feedback, man. Comment, rate, subscribe. We really need you guys to keep XWR going. Alright, this has been The Insanity. Pandemonic. This has been The Shoot. Wow, I messed up my outro. Let's try that again. This has been The Shoot. I am The Insanity. Pandemonic. Signing off. There we go.